Picture this. You're an artist, but you took a long break from digital art to focus on other skills. You're ready to dust off the cobwebs and bust out your tablet and jump back in, when tragedy strikes. The pen driver has stopped being supported for your tablet. It's ancient but true and dead. Even the website's suggestion is to go browse other products to buy. The reality now, though, is that while this brand is still top of the line, you're mostly buying the name and not the product. There are competitors now that have top tier for half the cost. Enter the Huion Kamvas 22 series. This is not the 22 Plus, and there are higher end models, but I don't work at that level, and this would provide me with a much larger display space than I had before. Previously, I worked on a 13-inch display. This 22-inch display was $400, down from $450, as the Huion now has the 24 series available. This is what you can expect. Clean, strong, tight packaging. Pulling everything out, the first things we see are the components box and the tablet mount, and a couple of free-floating bolts. It took me a second to figure out the way to adjust the angle was with a pull lever. Next under that was the cleaning cloth, quick start guide, and a glove, all packaged together. For reference, I have smaller than average hands. The glove has a lot of stretch, but is clearly made for a medium hand. This is fine for me, but if you have larger than average hands, you might want to get one that's made for your size. In the box, we have an Allen wrench, the AC cable, the 3-in-1 cable, and USB-C cable. I use the 3-in-1 setup, although you can use the direct USB-C to USB-C cable. The power adapter, the battery-free pen, it's a PW517. It's very lightweight. I find the grip to be comfortable, soft, and doesn't have that sticky residue feeling to it. Here we have the pen and nib holder. If you pop it open, we have 10 pen nibs, PN05A, for those that are curious. And as you can see, taped to the inside of the box are 4 more bolts. Only these 4 are actually needed. And finally, we have the Huion Kamvas 22 with a 21.5-inch display. It has a 120% RGB color gamut and a resolution of 1920 by 1080. Just for reference, the stand that can be bolted to the back of this has a degree range of 20 to 80 degrees. I ran into a little hurdle here. I was in a bit of a rush when I was replacing the tablet, and I didn't verify if I had an open HDMI port. Spoiler, I didn't. But a $15 sacrifice to a blood demon that runs an internet corporation got me an adapter for a USB 3.0 to an HDMI port in 2 days. Here are the free-floating and secure bolts. Don't know why they gave me the extra 2, but it'll go in the junk drawer of stuff I'll be confused why I have in a year. They're different mounting ports. I believe it's for different series of canvases or Huion tablets. The internal 4 bolts were the way to go. I did have to adjust a little bit to get the base 2 bolts at the bottom. Nice snug fit. Xena here is my shadow, always supervising. Unfortunately, Sadie is Xena's shadow, and an agent of chaos, her tail is a weapon. I know this corner is a bit of a mess, but later in the week we clean it all up and move our 2 desks together for a larger workspace. Once we're all plugged in, I downloaded the driver for the adapter, and then for the Huion tablet, which took all of a few minutes. I got my PC to recognize the 3 displays and calibrated the pen. There are no quick command buttons on the tablet, but there is a mini key dial add-on that you can purchase if you need them. I didn't think I was going to need this, but I recently downsized to a smaller desk and upsized my tablet, so I might have to cave and get it, just so I'm not fighting to reach the keyboard. Time will tell. Mark is very relaxed about my constant fidgeting and tweaking of our space, but I am trying to be conscientious not to change any of settings or setups too drastically. We do share this space, and he frequently is on call for work or at home, not to mention his weekly podcasts. So this is the space. It needs to remain neutral, with a tablet easy to tuck away. We'll work on an expansion in due time, but there's no rush. After filming this, I moved our furniture around to make filming future videos a little easier. So my first impressions are I actually like this better than the Wacom tablet I used to use, or Wacom, whatever you prefer to say. I'm using Clip Studio Paint, and I find that they integrate really well with each other. And this was just a quick drawing I did to test out the tablet. I feel like it's a really natural feeling for having stayed mostly with traditional media for the last year. This was really fun to jump back in. It had been a while since I worked on anything like this. Everything is very adjustable and comfortable. There we have it. Let's go out there and make something.